Something tells me the inside looks even worse. How will I explain this to Carmelita? Time travel? She'll never believe it.
Just gonna have you pick up one piece, and I don't wanna overstress Kaylee over there and on this mission. And the Binoki comes back, so.
And as we're in this close-up, it does look like Sly's had some work done since the last time we saw him. Maybe not Botox, but there is something a little bit different. So you want to talk to us about how you guys are tweaking him?
Well, yeah, we're always trying to improve, always working on everything and iterating. And so Sly as a character continues to evolve, works on his shaders, just a little bit on his face, just really kind of giving you a sense of a slightly older, a slightly tougher Sly, but still staying true to his lovable scoundrel kind of image.
Now, when we were on that roof, we did see an arrow kind of pointing him in a direction. So that's new. So you want to talk to us about that?
Sure. Well, the hub worlds on the PlayStation 3, they're obviously, much bigger, much more dense, much more lush. And we're also adding a lot more verticality. Before the Sly 2 and 3 tended to kind of work on 2 strata, but now there's a lot more strata to the gameplay. And it's not fun. It's not fun or Sly Cooperish to be lost. Like we really wanted to build these environments, concentrating on the density of gameplay. So we brought back the God Rods that in the previous games, but we also included this compass. And the compass is really handy, especially when you're down amongst the buildings. You need to see which direction you're going to go, but also the compass will point up and down to tell you if something's above or beneath you. So here, for instance, you can see it's a little trickier to see the God Rod, but now the compass clearly tells Sly which way he needs to be heading.
And as usual, there are well-armed members of the animal kingdom to be avoided. There's stealthy sneaking, and there's some pickpocketing, I believe.
Yes, so this mission is going to require Sly getting his way across the level here. Now, of course, there's dozens of different paths that Kaylee could be taking here, but we're really going to reward exploration. Again, we've got clue bottles that you're going to be able to collect. So he's found one here. Nice transfer. wow, outstanding. That you're going to be able to gather as you go through the environment. And then he's going to be finding this hapless boar guard over here, who I believe is taking a nap. Oh. Wow. So here we can see the compass in action again. Now it's pointing down to show him where the objective is. And he's going to have to wait until this guy walks past here, because he doesn't want to alert anybody. And then he can move in and pickpocket the armor.
Or he can avoid being shot and then come back.
Oh, he's doing good. One more piece. Nicely done.
Now, besides looking cool, there is a perk to wearing the armor, correct?
Well, yes. As in the previous games, the armor will act as a disguise. So now, instead of getting attacked by the various guards, he can actually garner some respect. And I'm going to give him a salute. And again, we saw in the boss battle at E3, the armor is also impervious to fire and has a couple other abilities. But the drawback is it's a little slow. It's a little unwieldy. So, but he can quickly switch in and out of it to make his way back across the level.
Now, how many costumes are we going to have in the game, roughly? Because you're getting that look like you don't want to tell us. So, what would make you feel comfortable telling us?
Well, there will be one unique costume for each of the episodes. And so far, we've shown off 2. So, at least 2. But yeah, we'll be talking more about the other episodes in the next few months.
All right, so in this particular level, you actually need the costume for a very specific reason, right? Besides the fact that everybody's cool with you, this door is a problem if you don't have the costume, right?
Yeah, and so right here we're going to see, the basic functionality of the costume as a disguise, and this disguise is going to provide Sly with the ability to get through the gate.
And that's pretty much going to be the main role of the costumes initially, although, for folks that remember our E3 demo, costume also comes in very handy during boss fights in some cases, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that boss fights will incorporate aspects of gameplay that you've learned throughout the entire episode, and so the costume will obviously feature as a key to what you've been learning as you've been playing.
All right, well, that all sounds very cool. The last question we're going to ask you, when's it coming out?
2012.
All right, we tried for a date. They're still saying 2012. So anytime between January...
Sync the image. And now, if I tap on the Vita screen, you can see on the PlayStation 3 screen, it will highlight where that treasure is with my X-ray overlay. And you can see highlighted in orange, we got some treasures in the large Japanese village hub environment here. So something else I noticed was that up to your right over here, the top of that pillar there, there's a piece of treasure. So I can head over there and grab those clue bottles. Yeah, it's just at the top right up there. And there you can see how augmented reality's treasures works in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time.
Here at PAX 2011 at Sony's Showcase. I'm here with Glenn Egan, president of Sanzaru Games, and we're looking first about what you want to retain about the Sly Cooper legacy, and then tell us.
We worked on the Sly collection, so we really got to look at all 3 of the previous games in really, really minute detail. I mean, apart from playing them when they originally came out, we just got to look at all the aspects of them. And something that we really enjoyed was the structure of Sly 2 and Sly 3. That sort of, it had this sort of hub world missions that came off those hub worlds that allowed for a sort of tighter platformer or specific mechanic kind of gameplay. And we really like that balance, We just felt that variety of gameplay is just like a pillar of the Sly Cooper series. So that's something that we really wanted to bring over and then expand upon, in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. Something else, that we're sort of expanding on and adding some new features to are the hideouts. Rooms, we're showing off here a treasure wall where there's various treasures that you can go and gather. In 2 and 3, you tend to go off on these sort of treasure challenges and bring back these pieces and sell them on ThiefNet. But now we're actually kind of expanding on that and to make a sort of collectible system. But we're taking that really, really cool base and then just expanding on it and adding new things.
You showed us also in the base your costume collection. Can you talk a little bit about how the costumes work, how they work within the levels, and how they add to the game overall?
Well, yeah, costumes are another really cool feature of Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. Each episode that you play will have its own unique costume, and the costumes will not only act as disguise.
And you showed us the samurai costume. Tell us a little bit about what Sly could do when he's wearing the samurai costume.
Yeah, samurai armor is really cool. Of course, now he gets a lot of respect from the guards. They're like, "Oh, hey, sir," they salute as he walks past. But it's not only impervious to fire, but it also comes with this really cool shield that allows him to deflect fireballs. I think we showed in our El Jefe boss battle where he was using that to essentially defeat him. And yeah, just a whole sort of layer of sets of gameplay that are now focused around the costumes.
So one of the things you're doing with this, with putting Sly on a next-gen system, is really enhancing his look, enhancing the details. Tell us a little bit about what you did with the characters, how you kind of matured them a little, added various details in, and animations and other things that will, excite the players.
Well, yeah, I mean, the characters are at a lot more detail, a lot more animation we can put in. But we really kind of evolved, Sly as a character. I mean, he's a little older, he's a little tougher, kind of been working out a little bit. And you can see, we've continued to involve him, even from showing him at E3. We work on his shaders, add a little bit more detail, playing around with his face a little bit. I mean, we're game developers. We love what we do. We always want to make it better and cooler. We're listening to what the fans are telling us as we're going forward. And yeah, we're going to be tweaking and trying to improve upon it the whole way through. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun. They're just such great characters. It's just going to be so cool to introduce them to a whole new generation of game players.